Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing something a little different from my usual videos and talk about something that I've been meaning to talk about for a long time now. What is the biggest flaw with 3D Sonic games? After playing many Sonic games and paying close attention to the opinions of many Sonic fans while talking about what makes certain 3D Sonic games bad, I think I've finally figured out what the real problem is. So without further introduction, let's jump into the video. So why are so many 3D Sonic games bad? What is it that plagues most, if not all, 3D Sonic games? Most people's first response would usually be control, and while yes, I do think controls are an issue in 3D Sonic, I don't think they're the biggest. After all, games like Unleashed, Colors, and Generations all have great controls, but are still heavily criticized by both fans and by people who aren't even really fans to begin with. No, I think the biggest problem with 3D Sonic is the level design. Particularly the mindset that it seems 3D Sonic levels are designed with. I'm going to play 15 seconds of gameplay footage from every main series 3D Sonic game, and I want you to tell me if you notice anything peculiar about the clips that they all have in common.
Try going down. Engage. There he is. We can keep them in check, but not for long. That'll work. I'll find Shadow and be back in no time. This many.
So what did you notice that all of the levels in the clips shown have in common? They're all very linear. Now, before you jump down to the comments to type out an essay about why you don't think linearity is a bad thing, let me explain myself. I don't have a problem with linearity in games. In fact, I prefer the more linear Zelda games over the Breath of the Wild. Linearity isn't the problem with 3D Sonic, but rather a product of the real problem, which is the design philosophy that is at play with 3D Sonic games, or rather a lack thereof. To put it quite simply, I think that the problem with 3D Sonic is that the levels are being designed as if they were 2D Sonic levels. Let me explain. When Sonic Adventure came out all the way back in 1998, Sega had no idea how to make long, fast levels in 3D, so they tried whatever they knew best, which was designing the levels as if they were in a 2D game. And it worked. People loved Sonic Adventure, and since it worked so well for that game, it became the norm for 3D Sonic level design. However, even Sonic Adventure and Adventure 2 had problems related to this. Because the games were 3D and many, if not all, other aspects of the game worked well, we, the players, overlooked the issues. For a number of years at least. If you ask the average 90s gaming enthusiast what they think of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 nowadays, their answer is likely a lot different to what it might have been back in the late 90s and early 2000s. Many will complain about stiff controls and dated presentation. Many will complain about stiff controls and dated presentation. The thing is, though, is that these problems aren't just present in the Sonic Adventure games, but every 3D game to come out on the Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, and PlayStation. Every Nintendo 64 game I've played has felt a little bit stiff in terms of controls, especially Super Mario 64. However, nobody complains about the controls in that game. If people are complaining about the controls when the controls share similar issues to other games of the era, the issues can't be the controls themselves, but rather the level design. In other words, 3D Sonic levels aren't designed around Sonic's control. This is why automation, another complaint people have with 3D Sonic, is so heavily used in 3D Sonic games. Level design and character control should complement each other, not work against each other. Sonic's speed makes precise control difficult or even impossible, so why are all the levels in these games so narrow? They should be wide to compensate for the margin of error that Sonic's speed entails. Instead, this issue is replaced with automation that prevents the player from falling off things they would otherwise have no chance of completing due to imprecise control, which is a product of Sonic's speed. Do you see what I mean? Without the automation, many of these levels would be completely unplayable due to not having any sort of leeway for players to be imprecise. I should point out, though, that not all Sonic levels have this issue. For example, Seaside Hill from Sonic Heroes. This level has a lot of open space while still being pretty linear. You don't have to make the turns with pinpoint precision because the level is open enough for you to slip around a bit without flying off the side of the level or constantly being skid across the ground from one of the boost pads or a spring. By designing 3D levels like 2D ones, Sonic Team is unintentionally ignoring the possibilities of the Z-axis. This is why people aren't being very positive about Sonic Forces, despite it being another boost game and still maintaining the rather fine control from Unleashed and Generations. The sadder part is that the 2D sections of the modern Sonic levels aren't even well tailored to modern Sonic's control, hence why many people complain about the 2D sections in modern levels. I think Sonic Team needs to really sit down and think about how to approach level design in 3D Sonic games. I think the biggest piece of advice I could give them is look at Sonic Utopia. While the levels don't quite have to be as big as the ones in that demo, Sonic Utopia is 3D Sonic level design done right. It allows you to go fast, if you choose to do so, explore for rewards, if you choose to do so, and gives you leeway to remedy the imprecision that a fast Sonic's controls have. It doesn't get much better than what Utopia is doing. So please, Sonic Team, take some notes and fix this problem that has plagued every major 3D Sonic game since Sonic Adventure. After all, if the fans can do it, why not you? Hey guys, thanks for watching. I don't know how well you guys liked this video, so it would mean a lot to me if you could go down to the comments and throw a comment or a rating down and let me know what you thought of this video and if you'd like to see more. Thank you guys again, and I'll see you next time.